it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Off of play action, Darnold. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Darnold a sneak. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Darnold now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man. Walker hitting the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. The extra point now for Borregales. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, so this is Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Borregales now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. The Patriots here have the early lead. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Here's Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got some space here. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. Now Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Here's Darnold. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They'll throw with May. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs, 26 yards. And the Patriots continue to look good first half of this Super Bowl. The extra point now for Borregales. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He completes this to Walker. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Caleb Chason in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Darnold loses it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? Pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Keyshawn Boutte from 6 yards away. And the Patriots are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Borregales now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Powering his way forward. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Darnold. No, bottle, fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Patriots are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. From the shotgun, it's May. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So 2 quarters in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2.
Andres Borregales to kick off for New England.
These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all pick it up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down.
To the right side. And he loses the football a second time. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Off the play fake. Here's May. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Escapes the defender. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for New England. 48 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw, May. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Drake May, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
If you're going to put quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
The extra point now for Borregales. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run.
Juarez-Mora to kick off for New England.
Following the touchdown, Juarez back out to send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And out now come the Seahawks. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Things just kind of continue to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, May. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. To the air, May. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. May now off the bootleg. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Hunter Henry, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Borregales now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Darnold, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. New England trying to get to place on offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got to. Oh, Darnold loses it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's May. Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. To throw, it's May. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. They'll look to throw again. May looking to run. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A carry here for Trevion Henderson. Gets through and now an opening. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
The extra point now for Borregales. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Oh, the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Darnold now to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Christian Barmore bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. On the return is Jones. And spins away. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Borregales now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown.
Andy Borregales to kick off for New England.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
It's a franchise rich with success, and now once again, the Lombardi Trophy belongs to the New England Patriots. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.